What's up, YouTube? Hope everybody is doing alright. I just want to touch on a topic that's been on my mind recently and really just provide some content for you. So, I want to discuss appreciation, gratitude, and that whole line of thinking, where it comes from, what it leads to. So, to appreciate, you must acknowledge. And to acknowledge is to put into perspective and to have something imposed upon you to add to the equation of what you are and what you are within. So the reason I want to discuss this topic is for myself, but also for a friend of mine. And appreciation is very similar to understanding, and appreciation is not always something that is good, but rather seeing the good in something. And that, that's arguable, but like, you appreciate the sunny days because the beauty. You appreciate the songbirds for their music. You appreciate, the food for it being able to provide you with sustenance and health. But I think we should also learn to appreciate the things that are seemingly wrong. We should appreciate pollution because it highlights the areas that are clean. We should appreciate death because it emphasizes the importance of life. We should appreciate isolation because it shows the community of connection, the relevance of another. So many people, all people, we are all within our own subjective interpretation, our own vibration, whatever you want to call it. We all have our own body and soul, and whatever that term is. We just provide some unique genius qualities of the self to life. And because we're all so different, we all have different sets of priorities of what we think and what we apply the most energy into. So we all appreciate things differently, and we all have different, interpretations of what deserves more praise and what deserves less. So I feel like most find it easy to appreciate, the smile of a stranger or the laugh of a baby kind of thing, but find it hard to appreciate that tree that just fell on somebody's house, or that car that almost hit you, or even that car that did hit you. You never know. Like, to appreciate black and white, the full spectrum of reality, the positives and the negatives, to have gratitude, to surrender almost, to laugh at, to humor at, just to find a quality in that thing that you see as potentially, progressive and just real, and become more intimate with what's around you and like what you are consuming. Because consumption isn't just, your physical intake of sustenance and food and water. It's the media you take in. It's the people you surround yourself with. It's your environment. Like, what you are being sculpted by is what you are consuming and what's available to you. So, for instance, appreciation is something that you can fall back on as a like a backbone of a philosophy, almost as a as a foundation of your actions. Almost at the end of it or at the beginning of it, you can always appreciate those and that thing that is around you. But there seems to be some communal priorities, in my opinion, that have been disorientated or just are seemingly out of place of where they ought to be. So, for example, I know that many people who utilize like social media appreciate their coverage and their likes and the comments, and there's nothing wrong with that, but there's an overindulgence of glorifying something and failing to recognize all the other qualities of life that are important as well. I'm not saying that likes don't matter, because they obviously have a place, but I'm saying that like the food that's on your plate you should be more appreciative of where it came from and what it is than the likes that you just got on your picture. That's really my own opinion, but I feel like as a culture we have dislodged ourselves from this seemingly natural order of things, and appreciating the sunlight so it can keep the plants healthy, appreciating the baby appreciates its mother's breast as it's fucking getting sustenance from it, kind of thing. We should appreciate ourselves, number one, for continuing our experience and just having some medium of life in some way to put ourselves out there. We should appreciate our own uniqueness and what qualities we bring. So, just to round it off, because this is probably something I will hit on a little better. I just want to, plant some seeds for myself and put something out there. But recognize that everybody has a different sense of what needs to be appreciated. And that in order for us to be true to our experience, we should consciously think about what we are consuming and what potentially needs appreciation. So anything from, food to just anything you put your energy into, anything to food, the water, fucking drugs, friends, art, traveling, nature, anything, your favorite fucking rock, that one text message, that anything that, and also not becoming one-sided of the situation and actually learning to acknowledge and appreciate those things that you feel are detrimental. So for example, this is some pomegranate blend of organic fruit juice, but see, it's almost gone. I shall practice appreciating the little bit that is left. Really indulge and acknowledge the very small quantity that it is, because it brings a sense of potency when you are more intimate with what you are acknowledging. So either way, love you, YouTube. Adios, amigos.